Hello beaders, it's Jerry. Welcome back to Beachside Bead Boutique. And if you are new here, welcome and thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to like this video, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell and you will be notified of all my uploads. On today's video, I'm going to be making some summer charm beaded bracelets. And this is going to be a set. And I'm going to be using the Curated Bead Box that we received in April. This is the box, Curated Bead Box Twilight Twinkle. So I'm going to be using the beads mostly from here. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using any from, you know, a stash that I already have, but for the most part, we're going to be using these. And I also will link the video from where I unboxed the Curated Bead Box in my description box. So the items that you're going to need are the beads from the Curated Bead Box. And I mean, you could use any beads, obviously. These are the deep pink marble style, and these are 8mm. And then I also have some of these, which are the 6mm. I'm also going to be using these little gemstones that were sent in the box. So I'm going to be using all of those. And then this is their stretch cord, and I'm going to be using that. And the gold metal beads that came in there. And the bead mix that they sent. I already used the head pins that came in the box, and I'm going to show you what I did in just a minute. And then the jump rings that came in the box, and then these are my eye pins. So you will need some head pins or eye pins in the color gold. And then also you will need your tools. So I have the flat nose pliers or needle nose pliers. I don't know what the difference is, but anyway, you will need some pliers. You will need your round nose pliers. And then I do have my one-step looper. And you don't have to have this, obviously. You can just make the loops by hand. I'm just going to be using this today. And then I also have my bead stopper. Okay, so let me get some of this out of my way. And let me show you what I did so far. So I made this bracelet so far with this little bead dangle. I really like this. I think it's really pretty. I love the beads that came in the box this month for April. I mean, they're just beautiful purple, blue hue, and pink. I mean, I just love them. But I'm going to go ahead and make 2 more bracelets that are going to go with this. I just wanted to show you guys what I made because this is going to be a set. Now I did put 2 jump rings on here just to make this dangle a little more. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. And also you could put another, I might go ahead and put another charm or 1 or 2 maybe right here just to kind of hide that. But I really do like this. Okay, so put this to the side. I'll bring this back. So this is the pattern. Yes, guys, I already kind of prepared today. So this is the pattern of the next bracelet that I want to do, and I'm going to make some charms for that one too. So I'm going to use the stretch cord that came in the Curated Bead Box. So I already made 1 bracelet with the stretch cord, so I'm going to see if I can get 3, and I think I probably can. Yeah, so I don't measure it to, you know, any certain length. I just, you know, make sure that I have enough to string my beads and be able to tie my cord. I always like to have more than enough, and because to me it's just easier that way. So yeah, I mean, I don't measure anything when I do this. I could probably cut this in half since I do have, like I said, I'm gonna make 2 more bracelets using the beads that came in the Curated Bead Box. I'm going to go ahead and put my bead stopper on one end. I'm going to stretch this And I'm going to go ahead and string my beads. Let me see. I'm going to use, oh, and then you will need also that what I use is some bead caps. And I'm going to use 2, I think, to go around this larger bead. That's one of the same beads that I used in the first bracelet. So I just want all this to, you know, kind of tie in with each other somehow. So, which, I mean, obviously the beads are curated to go together. Well, you guys, I know I've been kind of MIA for the past week. I did have my sister's, you know, mini little staycation that we did. So yeah, my sister came, well, my oldest sister came from Arkansas, and then my middle sister lives here in Florida, close to me. So all 3 of us got together, and we had a little staycation in Orlando at a very nice resort. And we, you know, did some fun things while we're in Orlando. We did go to Epcot Center. So it was just a lot of fun. It was really nice to see my sisters and, you know, the 3 of us to have our sister time. Our mother did pass away last September. So this is the first time that we've, you know, gotten together since then. And, you know, just had our sister time. And, you know, have a little memorial for, you know, ourselves, just for our mom. So it was just really nice. And then when I came back, then I had to go right to work. And, you know how that goes. Which, you know, when you have a vacation, then you need a vacation from the vacation. And especially because we did go to Epcot Center, which is a lot of walking. And it was pretty hot that day. And Epcot Center was actually quite crowded. But nevertheless, it was a great time. And we saw they have their garden festival that's going on. So, I mean, there was some beautiful, beautiful flowers and gardening and different characters that were, you know, just, you know, made up of flowers. So it was just really beautiful. And then I did have a craft show this past Friday. So it was just a lot going on in a short little time. But I'm glad to be back here and, you know, back with you guys and making some jewelry. Okay, so this is what I have so far. And I'm going to go ahead and put on these little beads that came in the kit. These are, let me see. I know these are 6mm Seascape abstract glass beads. So that's what these little beads are. See the little kind of psychedelic, I don't know what you would call that, but really pretty blue with the pink shining through. So I just thought all this would go together. Okay, I'm going to put on my bead cap. And then put on my pink and blue bead. So this is the 8mm. This is a 10mm bead, I'm sorry. Bead caps did not come in the kit. These bead caps, that's this. I don't want to turn it all upside down, but so this whole set, I got this from Amazon a little while back, and I know I've showed you guys this before. So just so you know that this did not come in these bead caps. I'm just using that for my own stash. And you could use them or not. Obviously, it's up to you. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and string some of these. These are charms that I made. I pre-made these, and I'm going to make some more with you guys so you can see. So see, this one I made. And this is from this little bead mix that came in the Curated Bead Box. So see, I made this one from that. And then this also came from that, and I used my own bead caps. And then these little ones right here are these, and same thing, I just used little bead caps for those. Just thought they were really pretty. Okay, so I'm taking my eye pin, and I'm just going to put this gold bead through. And then I'm going to put some of these charms. See, I'm just taking it and just feeding them through the stem of the eye pin. Like that. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and make a few more of these so you guys can see how I did it. I'm going to take some of my little bead caps in gold. Okay, and I'm going to take my head pin and put the bead cap through, put on the bead, and I'm using the these little small purple pink beads. So I'm just going to string one, and then I'm going to put on another bead cap on the top. So it's like this. And then I'm going to take my one-step looper and make my loop. And then use your round nose pliers and make sure that it's closed and tight so that this doesn't come up. Now this can be closed because I'm not going to put it on a jump ring. I'm just feeding it through the head pin, so it doesn't need to remain open. So you can go ahead and close it. So this is how it looks. Little charm, and I'm going to go ahead and make a couple more. Okay. I'll put a couple more on here. Okay, I think that's good. So now we take our head pin with all the beads loaded on it, a little bead dangle, and take our one-step looper, okay, so now I'm going to take 2 jump rings and open them up. Okay, now go ahead and put your little dangle from the loop that we made with the one-step looper, and put that on your little bead dangle. Okay, now I'm going to take the jump ring, the top jump ring, and feed it through the cord, just like that. And that's it. Now we can tie this off. So we tie one knot, and then we're going to do a double, and then one, and then double, and one more, and then I like to take it each side and just give it a little tug right by the knot, just to make sure that the knot is tight and secure on each side. And then we're going to cut it. Okay. And this is our finished bracelet. I love this. I think it's really pretty. And I just love little charm dangles and bright colors. All right. So I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to use these and these. And I might make a couple more little charms to go on here, just because I'm going to do this as a cluster, so it's going to be big and bold and beautiful. And so this is what we have. So for the third bracelet, so these are the beads that we have in the Curated Bead Box. Yeah, I really like this. I'm going to use this blue one. And the purple looks nice too. No, I think the blue. Yes. Okay. Now this one is going to be pretty busy when I'm done with it, because we're going to make a cluster. And here's my piece of stretch cord I have left. And this should be perfect because I did cut that other one in half. So, okay, I'm going to make a few more charms for this one. And I'm not going to use any bead caps. I'm just going to use the beads on my head pin, the same thing just like I did before. Again, you can go ahead and close your loop off. Okay, actually I'm going to do one more so I could show you guys how you could do it without using the one-step looper, because I know not everybody has this tool. Okay, so you're just going to put your beads on any random way, however you want to do it. So I'm just going to use these two. I'm going to take my wire cutters so you're left with like that. It's just enough to wrap. I'm taking my flat nose pliers right up against the last bead, the top bead, bending it back 90 degrees. Taking my round nose pliers and forming my loop. Now, since I have just a little sharp piece at the top, I'm going to take my flush cutters and snip that off. Okay. Okay, so now I'm taking my cord, pre-stretch, put on my bead stopper, now I'm going to put, now I'm using all these charms. Now the ones that came in the Curated Bead Box, make sure they are closed, because some of them wasn't closed all the way. So then see, it makes this top part move around. So make sure they're closed. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so now I'm going to take all the charms that I made and put them on, just string them on the cord. And I'm just taking them, I'm not really doing them in any specific color. I'm just taking each one. But I'm not going to try and put the same color together, but you'll see when it's done, it's going to come together anyway, so. Oops. Now you see, I'm just stringing all of them like this. So it's going to be like this. All your charms are going to be in one big cluster on your cord. And that's how we want it. Is there one more? No, okay. Now I'm just going to go ahead and take the beads, gold beads, because these beads are hollow on the inside. So I was having problems because the stretch cord kept hitting the side of the bead on the inside, so it wouldn't go through the other side. So I found it to be quite annoying. So I'm using a needle to string this through. Okay, now I could take this off and put on the blue beads. I'm using 13 of these blue beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 15. So there was one left from the strand. I just don't want to make it, too big, obviously. And then since we have this cluster, so that's taking up a good bit of space too. So. Okay, and then put on the last 2 gold beads. And I did it this way because then when I tie the knot is going to go in the cluster. So then that way you're not even going to see it at all. So this is what we have. Tie it once, and then twice, and then once, and then twice, and then 2 more times. Pull it tight. Okay, so here is our finished cluster bracelet. What do you guys think? I really love this. I just love bright, beautiful, bold colors, very summery, very pretty. And it looks great with the gold. So here is all of our bracelets today. Our 2 charm bracelets and our cluster bracelet. Put them on together. I'll put this charm bracelet first, then the cluster bracelet, then this one. Get them situated just right to where there's charms on this side, charms on this side, and this is the finished product. What do you guys think? I absolutely love this, and I know that all this going on is not for everybody, so I mean, I'm just giving you a suggestion. Obviously, I'm showing you how to make it if this is what you want to make. Very pretty. The colors are just beautiful. So obviously you can do just these two charm bracelets together. And of course, this looks beautiful by itself. And then this, if you just want to wear this one by itself, which again is very pretty. Looks very nice. Make a great statement just wearing this by itself. But this to me is the showstopper. And these are our beautiful summer charm bracelets. I hope you guys like this. I hope you try it and make something fun. And please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. And these also will be available on my website, which is beachsidebeadboutique.com. And thank you all for joining me. Please have a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Thanks. Bye-bye.